I'm going to do my Steve Clark impression, okay?
All right.
So for the purposes of this, I've just watched 40 seasons of Survivor. I've just driven to a park in Florida, practice field goal. I'm not doing any research for these picks, but I'm just taking this one out of the ether because I'm Steve Clark. This is what I do. Jonathan Taylor over 81.5 yards, minus 115. Yep. It's the Steve Clark guarantee.
It's the Steve Clark. I have that pick too.
Of course you
I've gone to it 5 weeks in a row and it's hit every single time.
It's the right pick.
It's the right pick. You can't argue it.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor, late addition to the game for these rookie of the year cases. He might be the best. I mean, this rookie class as a whole, there were all these whispers in the NBA too about how hard it was going to be to develop these guys, how it was difficult for them to find roles. Maybe these guys are better off if you just kind of roll out the ball, let them play a little bit. No?
Yeah. Oh, he's so good. And the Jaguars are so bad. So it's the perfect the only thing I'm worried about is if like the Colts are scoreboard watching and they see that the Titans are losing or something weird like that. But I think even by the third quarter, he should have 81.5 rushing yards. Another thing is he's at 916 yards on the season right now. You know he wants 1,000. That's 84 yards.
What does 1,000 yards put him in? He hits the player prop.
Exactly. So I really like this pick.
Yeah, I took Steve's pick, and if we go through the past few weeks, he would have destroyed it. He hits this mark every week since Thanksgiving, except for last week, in which he falls 7 yards short. Jonathan Taylor, he's part of a pretty talented skill position running back room in Indianapolis. They're going to go off against Houston. Houston, they have absolutely nothing to play for. I'm sorry, Jacksonville.
Yeah, they're not quite as bad as Houston on the run, but really, they're the third worst against the run, while Houston's, I think, the first worst.
And here's my only worry here is how kind of good the Jacksonville Jaguars were at times this season.
Weird team.
This was a professional tank job.
Yeah, they could have won 3 games.
This was a 4-win team.
Yeah,
for sure. They beat only Indianapolis in Jacksonville to start the season with the humidity. But a lot of these times they got a good rushing attack going. They got a good quarterback play, and it only lasted for about 2.5 quarters before things happened.
Yep. And you know what? They can win and still have the first pick. So maybe they actually try.
And let's go through. This could likely be Phil Rivers' last game. And I've been a Phil Rivers fan his entire NFL career for some reason. It's been bad. There is a very Phil Rivers ending to this game.
Oh, yeah. Throwing 4 picks.
Well, there's also him throwing 4 touchdowns, them beating the pants off of the Jaguars, and still being on the outside looking in.
Playoffs, yeah. What do they need to happen? They need the Titans to win, the Dolphins to win, and the Ravens to win?
They need one of the teams in front of them to lose.
To make it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if all of them win, which is a possibility, they're still sitting out.
Yeah, it is a possibility. And wouldn't that be the ultimate Phil Rivers farewell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
You do great, but there's other people in line in front of you, and that's been the story of Phil Rivers' career.
Yeah.
Everything you want, but not quite good enough. And I will just I'll pay some attention to the Mike Glennon over 232.5 yards in this game, just under garbage time considerations.
For sure. Yeah. Man, that guy is bad at quarterback.
Mike Glennon is bad at quarterback, and you know what? At the very least, you beat Russell Wilson out for a job at NC State. How are you, buddy?
Man, yeah, I love those stories.
Who? Yeah, I mean, if the Bears ever choose you to be their starting quarterback, I don't think you ever start another game in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about it. It ruins you.
Yeah, and
drafted by the Browns.
But, for all the journeyman quarterbacks who get trotted out and are forced to start a game who are very much irrelevant, Mike Glennon does have the best entertainment factor.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who threw that touchdown? Mike Glennon.
Yeah, you're right. That's great.
Yeah, it's a 5-star experience, Steve. It's week 17. You can't help what you're going to root for.